I think brands are increasingly looking for experiences over just pushing out messages. Mostly because I think if you just go out there and bark your message at people these days, you will get ignored. And I think that the point here is trying to create some engagement so that you can begin a conversation with your customers and hopefully get some cut through and some traction in that way, rather than it just being a messaging piece.
I would say that one good example that I would have is, instead of sticking your money into like a campaign, Amazon has created Prime, which is, you know, it's a lovely product. I mean, for the ones that obviously can afford it, it's just like, it's so frictionless, it's so pleasant to have it, and there is a series of other products that go with it in the ecosystem, which makes it like really a great product. And they took their time. They took a year to let it just like grow, and that's the best ad and the best campaign that you can have.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was Benjamin Franklin said, you know, teach me and I'll forget, but show me and I'll learn. And I think we're immersive people. As human beings, we want to be involved in something. You know, we crave other human beings' company. We crave to learn from them. You know, social is kind of that whole world, isn't it? We want to see what other people think of something before we make a decision. So if you can create an experience, a crowd, and then people are attracted to that, and then they can actually engage with the brand, and it's not just, in the old days, where the brand could say whatever they wanted to a customer. Now, actually being involved customers is definitely a trend we're seeing more with our clients. It's coming up in briefs. So where in the past it used to be just, hey, create an advertising campaign, you know, create some digital assets for it. Now, pretty much every brief has got out on how we're going to create an experience out of this at the end that customers all, you know, engage with more and start. I think that's how brands help their customers love their brand, as opposed to just like it. You know, Apple and other brands really know that stuff, so I think other brands are learning from it. So it's definitely a trend. We see it in every brief.
For me, the talk I've just been doing really is what's interesting me the most at the moment. So it's about the changes in how we're interacting with the internet. So it's no longer about, or less about, touchscreens and swiping and kind of content through a piece of glass. It's more about connected objects, the Internet of Things, wearable technology, and all the different ways now that you can interact with digital stuff.
I think more of the same, actually, or I mean, not necessarily right now. There are two things. I think that there is going to be more and more of this, I would say, developing like smart content that's not necessarily going to work as fast and as furiously as a TV campaign needs to work. It's going to be stuff that are going to grow over time, that are going to build a bond with the customers. Same way Netflix has done it with a couple of series, or the same way now Amazon is doing it with Prime, with their own content. A lot of people are doing it, are starting to do it. It's just, you take the time to develop a product or a message that's going to be woven in that product, and that's going to work little by little, and that's going to build a bond, build a relationship with the customers over time.
Trends, definitely the experiential thing is a trend. A trend is definitely how do we integrate social into those experiences, and how do we get people to you know, acknowledge that they're there, you know, whether it's using an app or using their own social media tools. I think it's been hard to get people to download a particular app. You know, we have the QR codes thing, get people to tap in, etc. You have to have something which is a gift to someone to make them do that. So I think definitely how do we get existing platforms of social media, not create a new platform, but existing platforms people use, and how do we make sure that that's integrated into our experience campaigns? So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, whatever, the kind of main platforms. I think clients experimented a few years ago with creating their own apps, creating their own kind of check-in tools, and it's quite hard to get people to buy into that. You know, there's effort involved. If they've already got that tool on their phone, then it's much better to use that. You know, even QR codes are something that's going to be the next big thing, and people just didn't adopt it. I think until it's actually integrated into your phone, as it's already there when you buy it, you know, or it's the thing that you use the most, then people aren't going to use it. So I think that integration of digital into those experiences, because people naturally want to share those experiences, and if you can get involved in that, if you can create a reason for people to share, if you can create some kind of conversation, you know, you can start to engage people to talk more about your brand and make them feel that you actually do care about them. It's not just a one-way experience.